this is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
With no fees or minimums on checking accounts, it's no wonder that Capital One Bank Guy is so passionate about banking with Capital One. If he were here, he wouldn't just tell you about no fees or minimums. He'd also tell you about how Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week to assist with your banking needs. Yep, even on weekends. It's pretty much all he talks about, in a good way. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bankguy. Capital One N.A., member FDIC.
If staying in control matters to you, Wix gets it. That's why they created Wix Harmony. It's a website builder that helps create a business-ready site fast, while still allowing full control over every detail. Just describe what you want your site to do, or click and customize anything directly. Join millions of people who already use Wix and try Wix Harmony for free at wix.com/harmony.
Hey, and welcome to The Short Stuff. I'm Josh, and there's Chuck, and there's Jerry sitting in for Dave, and this is Stuff You Should Know.
That's right. We're beginning our spookiest month of October.
Yes, and I'm psyched.
I am too. We love our Halloween-y content, and we're going to talk to you a little bit today about a kind of one of those just fun urban legend stories that seems to be geographically specific in that it's around, maybe Texas, New Mexico, border towns mainly, of the Lechuza, the Owl Witch.
Yeah, but I think that's where its origin was, is along the border of Texas and Mexico. But I saw also it spread, Chuck, to places like Argentina and Cuba. They have their own versions. But Lechuza is I think somewhere around a 7-foot owl with the face of a woman, a 15-foot wingspan, and a bad attitude.
Yeah, and this is one of those things where, because it's lore and legend, it's going to differ from place to place depending on who's telling the story. By the way, we should thank How Stuff Works and All That's Interesting, Austin Harvey from there. And I found a fun article on Texas Standard from Sarah Ash and Raul Alonso that helped out with this. But this is one of those sort of legends where, and there's a lot of different versions. We're going to go over a few of those. One is that Lechuza will make sounds like a baby is crying, hoping that someone will go try and find this baby, and all of a sudden be snatchable by the talons, and they would be snatched up and returned to the owl's nest, ostensibly.
That's so creepy.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a 7-foot owl woman with a 15-foot wingspan mimicking a baby's cries?
No, it's pretty terrifying.
I don't like that. Also, some of the other stuff that's said about her is that if you see her near your house, it means she's portending that something bad is about to happen to somebody in your house. Maybe a piece of furniture in your house. I don't know.
Yeah. I think sometimes if you dream about Lechuza, a family member will die soon. And it seems like most of the tellings, it is a woman who was once an owl woman who was once a human woman, and something bad happened to her, some act of cruelty, usually something by a bad man, happened, or maybe happened to her child, and it turned her into a vengeful beast. Sometimes Lechuza is more of a witch's familiar, like a Dracula's or a vampire's familiar. And I think in that case, as a witch's familiar, they would abduct kids for the witch. Right.
She's also been accused of being an emissary of Satan himself.
Satan?
That's right. Sorry. And one of the things you said is that she's often described as being vengeful because of something that happened in her past or to her kid. Usually that's chalked up to either her child was killed for a crime they didn't commit, and so now she's stealing other people's kids in return, or that her child was killed by a drunk man.
Yeah.
And that's actually one group that she seems to target in modern tellings are drunk dudes stumbling out of bars and walking home alone at night, and then 15-foot wingspan comes out of nowhere, and the talons just sink into their head and carry them off by their scalp. And if they're lucky, their scalp will rip off of their head and they'll fall to the ground and die on impact. And if they're unlucky, they'll be carried by their scalp all the way back to Lechuza's lair, and bad things are going to happen to them there.
That's right. If you want to kill Lechuza, good luck, buddy. because apparently you cannot hurt a La Lechuza with bullets. I think if you try to kill one with a gun or something like that, you're going to get killed like pretty soon afterward for sure.
Right. Yeah, I guess in the La Lechuza fact off, there's that whole idea that this is a owl woman, who is actually some sort of spirit or familiar or something like that, means that there is an actual person involved in this elsewhere, often a member of the community secretly preying on the rest of the community as La Lechuza, and that when La Lechuza is out doing her thing, that person is unconscious back home in some room until she comes back and re-inhabits their body. Mm-hmm. So either they're possessed by her or they're using her or their special ability to enact vengeance and terrorize a community. And there's actually supposedly, I looked all over for it, I couldn't find it, but there's supposedly some sort of incantation or prayer or something that a community can use that will reveal the person who is actually La Lechuza, and then ostensibly they get their scalp taken.
All right, shall we come back after this?
Yes.
All right, we'll be right back with more on La Lechuza. Work can be a little weird. One minute you're in a meeting that could have been an email. The next you're trying to decode corporate jargon that somehow means nothing. And don't even get us started on the quick sync that turns into a 45-minute deep dive.
Yeah, well, the truth is figuring out your career isn't always straightforward. Whether you're trying to grow, pivot, or just stay relevant, it can feel like you're navigating it all on your own. Well, that's where LinkedIn comes in.
That's right. LinkedIn can help you grow your career, helping you confidently navigate your path with insights, ideas, and inspiration from your professional community. You can stay up to date with the latest trends in your field, connect with people who get it, and discover opportunities tailored to your goals, your experience, and what actually matters to you.
Whether you're looking for something new or just trying to grow where you are, LinkedIn gives you the tools and connections to move forward with confidence. Because LinkedIn is the network that works for you. Visit linkedin.com/knowstuff to learn more. Hey everybody, we're here to talk to you about Wayfair, who believes that spaces should be functional, they should be comfortable, they should be well designed, and they can be well designed by you with their help.
Your updated space should feel more comfortable, inviting, and practical for everyday use. And we're talking about outdoor seating, we're talking about grills, we're talking about major appliances. If you need storage solutions, Wayfair can help you out. Patio lighting, rugs, decor. It is your one-stop shop for home.
Yeah. I mean, it's getting nice out, so it's time to think about living outdoors for the next few months. And Wayfair knows that outdoor furniture, it's heavy, it's intimidating to assemble. So Wayfair has stepped in and said, we're going to handle the hard part so you don't have to.
That's right. You can shop Wayfair Verified, your shortcut to the good stuff. And that means their team of product specialists are going to vet everything by hand using a 10-point inspection, testing things like, quality materials, functionality, and features, and even how long it takes to build that piece of furniture. And the overall experience save time, reduce hassle, and improved convenience.
Patio season is here, and these deals won't last. So head to wayfair.com right now to get your outdoor space ready for way less. That's WAYFAIR.com.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Okay, Chuck, and we've been using the name La Lechuza without explaining to non-Spanish speakers that Lechuza is actually the word for owl.
Yeah.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Sure.
And we said that this whole thing kind of came from the Texas-Mexico border. That seems to be the origin of it. And they think essentially that this is just like any other bit of folklore, that it was used to explain unbearable things like the disappearance of children, or probably more likely it was used to keep kids on the straight and narrow, like fairy tales were in, Western Europe. Same thing. If you're out messing around and, spray painting somebody's brick wall or something like that, La Lechuza is going to come out of nowhere and snatch you up, so you better be good kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And, as far as where these things come from, I remember God, many years ago, we did one on urban legends.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always pretty much impossible to trace back like the true origin. With this one, there are people who think this might have come from pre-Columbian Mesoamerica, when the indigenous peoples had very close relationships and bonds with animals. But when the Spaniards came along to Mesoamerica, they brought, of course, Christian, Catholic Christian beliefs with them, and condemned the rest as paganism, of course.
Yeah, I thought this was really interesting because a lot of the gods in Mesoamerican cultures were animal-human hybrids, right?
Yeah.
So an owl woman may have been some ancient or eldritch deity and was in no way, shape, or form evil, but the Spaniards came along as Christians and went to that Christian playbook and basically said, your gods are now Christianity's demons, so stop worshiping them. And that is a great explanation for where something like Lechuza came from.
Yeah, for sure. It's also popped up over the years in like various pop culture ways. I'm surprised there hasn't been a pretty cool La Lechuza like movie or character in a movie or TV show. That'd be truly frightening.
Have you seen the movie based on La Llorona?
I don't think I saw that.
That was it was kind of scary. That it was the Latino urban legend, and it was okay.
All right. Well, maybe I'll check it out.
We'll go with that.
You have good horror recommendations.
Okay, I take that back then because I don't want to ruin my streak. Yeah.
I mentioned pop culture. I think La Lechuza was an enemy in an issue of a comic book called Relampago, and that was created by Margarito Garza. So that was one. What else? There was music too, right?
Yeah, there's a song called El Parajo Gigante de Robe, which is by a group called Los Campeones de Raúl Ruiz. And the de Robe is actually talking about a specific town called Robstown, Texas, along the borders near Corpus Christi. And there was a outbreak of sightings of La Lechuza in 1975 and 76. And it was a big deal. This whole town was like credible people are like, I saw La Lechuza with my own eyes.
Yeah.
And it turned out that there was a group of teens from town who had created a pretty convincing La Lechuza dummy, life-size one, and was just running it around town, scaring the bejesus out of people. So that's where that inspired that song, as far as I can tell.
I wish I knew somebody who was a good sort of model maker, creature maker, because we've been getting more into the Halloween front yard decorations.
Uh-huh.
And like to be a little outside the box and not just whatever you get at Party City.
Mm-hmm.
Or, no, not Party City. What is it? We did a whole episode on it last year.
Oh,
Spirit Halloween. Although, their stuff is really good. I'm not knocking it.
Have you been to Home Depot lately, dude? They've gone off the chain.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. They have 10, 12-foot tall, scary monsters now. It's crazy, their Halloween thing. But it's the same issue that you don't want, which is
your neighbor's got
somebody two doors down is going to have the same thing.
Yeah, I would love a custom sort of. I think a La Lechuza would be truly scary, and it has kind of a fun story behind it. I like stuff that has a legend behind it. So, hey, if anyone out there wants to just make me one, I'll just say my address on the show, and you can just drop it off in the front yard.
Good plan.
Yeah.
There was one other thing, too, and I kind of touched on it, that La Lechuza's survived into modern day, and that the most modern interpretations tend to kind of drill into the kind of gender norm or flip-flop gender norms that the fable or the urban legend actually kind of gets into, which is there's a vengeful woman who is big enough and powerful enough and angry enough to punish bad men.
Yeah.
And that not just men who stumble home drunk from the bar are targeted, but men who are known to abuse their wives or children are her favorite prey now. So it's interesting how she kind of evolved into a bit of an avenger for women and children.
Yeah. I like that version.
Yeah, hats off, Lechuza.
That's right. We're good guys. Don't come after us.
That is true, Chuck. That is true. Anything else?
I got nothing else.
Okay. Well, then, Short Stuff is out.
Stuff You Should Know is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.
Introducing the all-new Mazda CX-5, featuring more connection.
Hey Google, where's the nearest Pilates class?
Safety that has your back. More discovery on the scenic routes. More passion in the details. And more control in changing weather. The all-new Mazda CX-5. More to move every side of you. See it in 5 films at MazdaUSA.com/5sides.
Google is a trademark of Google LLC. Sequences shortened and simulated.
This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.